Hey, what's up, Nerdgasm fans? Jerry here, aka Barnacles, and today we're unboxing a monitor. Yeah, as if I didn't have enough already with the 346s and the 224s, I picked up a new one. So let's go ahead and get this thing out of the box and find a place to put it. Well guys, here's what we're unboxing right here. I bought it from Monoprice. It's a 27-inch, 2560 by 1440 display. It's also an IPS panel, so you can look at it from different angles and you don't have color shift and brightness issues, which is something that I really wanted, since the plans are to actually mount it up here above the screens. Because 3 screens isn't enough. We need another one, right? I mean, seriously, right? So, I took a little bit of a risk because the Monoprice screens, they're incredibly cheap. I think I paid right around $400 for this one, which for a screen of that resolution is actually quite inexpensive. And it did say, I think it's manufactured in Taiwan. I'm not sure. You know, it's not your typical Chinese monitor. I don't know what panel it uses. Oh, no, Korea. It's manufactured in Korea. So, old Kim Jong built this thing himself. No, probably not. But yeah, the part number, manufacturer part number is MPLE27QADV. If you want to go look it up. But I figured, you know, hell, it's worth the risk. Monoprice actually has really good return policies and have never had any problem with them. So I figured, why the hell not? Let's give them a try. So here, I got a pocket knife. Let's go ahead and slice this sucker open. Looks like we have a significantly nicer box inside the outer box. And hopefully you guys are enjoying the new video quality. I'm now shooting with a 5D Mark III, and I've got a Google Nexus 7 attached to it, so I can see what I'm doing. I can actually look down at this little screen here and be like, oh, hey, I'm in focus and all that cool stuff that you guys like. So here's the actual box. So here you go, 27-inch IPS-ZERO-G monitor. It looks like it's got a pretty slim bezel on it. I might actually even have the VESA mount for this to put it on the wall, which would be epic. I'm hoping that it works. I'll go ahead and get you a look at the specs right here so that you guys can see what we're dealing with. But it looks like 2560 by 1440 pixels, 109 pixels per inch. It's of course just 60 hertz. Contrast ratio is 1000 to 1. It's got a 1,000,000 to 1 dynamic contrast ratio, which that's pretty much a bullshit number. I don't even look at that. Plug and play with everything. 178 degree horizontal and vertical viewing angle. Go IPS, right? And it's got one dual link DVI and one D-sub RGB for VGA. And it has a 24 volt external power supply. So, I mean, not really much to it. So, let's go ahead and crack this thing open and see what it looks like. Hopefully it's a really thin monitor and it's easy for me to mount, because that would just make my day. Alright, so now we got the box open here. It looks like we got a power supply. Giant brick. Got 2 screws. I don't know what the screws are for, but we'll figure that out. Let's go ahead and set those aside. We have a power cable and a dual link DVI cable. That's awesome. I love it when they include the dual link. We have a monitor showing a person swimming out of the screen. I hope that doesn't actually happen. And now, for the drum roll, without further ado, here is the screen. It feels like it's incredibly thin and incredibly light. Let's go ahead and lay it down. That's a pretty beefcake screen. Oh man, it's a sexy looking screen too. Look at that. It's nice. I think this will go nice with the Samsungs. What do you guys think? The entire case is metal. Wasn't expecting that. Even this front piece right here says Monoprice. All metal. The whole thing. Even the back. The whole metal. It's all metal. That's badass. Now, ultimately, I'm going to mount it on the wall. But for this video, let's go ahead and put the base on it. Pull off the plastic. Don't need that, do we? Let's see. And that's what those 2 screws were for. Alright guys, the base looks like it's pretty cut and dry to put on here. The 2 screws that are provided just drop right down through the bottom. Go ahead and line it up with the base. Alright guys, well here we have the screen with the base attached, and you can see the base can actually tilt back quite a bit if you're using it. And also the entire front is glass, but I noticed if you squeeze around the perimeter, you can feel the metal slide along the glass. So this panel, the glass doesn't seem like it's really held on too good. We'll see if I die from a concussion if it falls from the ceiling. And also, there is some kind of sensor here. I'm thinking that's for a remote control or something, because I know this doesn't have an integrated webcam. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug this in right on the back. It's nice how everything connects sideways. That'll make it easier to flush mount to the wall. It's also nice that it came with the Visa screws. At least it came with 2 of them. I don't know why it didn't come with all 4. We have our monstrous Commodore 64 looking brick here. Also notice it also has a pretty short cable, probably about 3 feet, so the brick will have to sit on your desk. Or if it's mounted high, you might have to hook it to the wall. Alright guys, now we got the screen all plugged in and hooked up, so let's go ahead and fire it up and see if it's detected. So do that, reach around the back, hit the power button. We got a blue light, that's good. There it is. Alright, it looks like it accepted the full resolution, which is fantastic. But the color definitely looks different than my other screen, so I'll probably have to calibrate it. So looking at the screen right now, taking a quick look around, it looks like I have 1 dead pixel. Looks like it's stuck on red. I might run a test to see if I can recover it. But they pretty much say on Monoprice that these screens, they can have up to 5 dead pixels before they'll consider replacement, because the pixels are so freaking small at that resolution. I can definitely confirm it's an IPS panel, because standing over the top of it and looking it down, looking at it straight on and looking at it from the bottom, the colors are exactly the same from all angles, which is absolutely what I was looking for. The brightness on the screen is fantastic. You can see right next to my 46-inch over here that it's very, very nice and bright. I might even be able to show the camera if you tilt the screen. Notice the color's not shifting at all? It's like a giant iPad screen. No color shift. If I did that with my other 24-inch monitors, oh man, that'd be all over the place. So let's see if we can go in NVIDIA software and see if we can sort out the color temperature problem. Or perhaps I can in the monitor itself. Let's look at the menu here. Color temperature. Oops. That's 6500 right there. So I'm betting that it's actually my HD TV screens that need the calibration, not this. I think the color on this is actually more accurate. So I'll have to do some tweaking around with the color to get everything all matched up, but it looks like it gives me the controls to do that. And you can see right there, it showed the current frequency that it's working with, even with the extension cables, 2560, 1440 at 60 hertz. That's awesome. And I do have to say the screen looks badass. And to see that stuck pixel, I have to get really close. As soon as I back away about 2 feet away, I have a hard time seeing it. It just looks like there might be a tiny little speck on the screen. So I'm hoping I can recover that pixel, but still 1 dead pixel on a panel for paying a third of the price or a quarter of the price of buying, the higher end monitors that can do this. I think it might just be worth it. It seems really, really smooth. I don't see any ghosting or shadowing. Got him. Teabag! Oh, shit. Teabagging always costs me my life. Ah! Oh, damn it. Alright, well that was a quick little test. So far what I see with the screen, the black levels are awesome. You do get a little light bleed from the corners. I don't know if that's going to pick up on the video, but you do get a little bit of a haze. So if you're in a completely dark room, you probably will notice that it's a little bit blacker towards the center of the screen than towards the edge of the screen. But considering how thin the screen is, look how thin that screen is. That's insane. That's like laptop thin. And and the pixels, the pixels look great. The color looks great. And it's an IPS panel. And I think it was around $400. I'll get the exact price and put it down in the description for you guys. But it wasn't that expensive for what it is to have all that resolution. So, yeah, it's 60 hertz. It's not 120 hertz. But the thing is, you have to trade resolution for frame rate. Like, for instance, if you had a 120 hertz screen, yeah, you're probably going to cap out about 1920 by 1080. and which is going to give you a smoother frame rate but lower resolution. With this, you're not getting quite as high of a frame rate. You cap out at 60 frames per second or 60 hertz, and but you gain the extra resolution, which means you can pick up on things further away, get greater fidelity at a distance, stuff like that. So just depends on what your needs are. As a software developer, I would prefer a monitor like this. At work, I actually use a Samsung 305T, which is a 2560 by 1600, so even higher resolution than this. And that monitor, I think even today, if you can find one used, is still over $1,000. And it's a fantastic monitor for software development. But my plans for this screen are, if I'm lucky, and you guys may see another video of this here soon, is above my desk up here, up on the ceiling, I want to mount it. So my actual goal for this screen is I want to take this, remove the stand, put a VESA mount on it, and I want to mount it right up here where the speaker is. I'm going to move the center channel speaker down to the desk so that it's sitting flush on the desk. Or I may even put it in between the monitor and the ceiling. But I want to flush mount the monitor right there where you see the sound damping material so that I can just sit here in my chair and look up and I have this screen right here. That way when I'm multi-mon gaming, I can put my live casts up here on the screen, and I can also put some telemetry like my CPU usage, my memory usage, my bandwidth, and all that stuff so that I can monitor it. So that's the plan. We'll see how well it's actually executed. But guys, this is the Monoprice's 27-inch monitor. Again, that model number you can find in the description. I'll also put a link to purchase it if you want it. I think for the money, it's a really kick-ass looking display. It's super high res. It's affordable. You know, go Monoprice, right? They've done a good job. It's got one dead pixel on it, but to be honest, that's common. I don't even think they'll let you return a monitor. Even the higher end screens, if they've got one dead pixel, I don't think they let you return them. Well, there you guys have it. That's the Monoprice's 2560 by 1440 IPS panel. I've actually got the manual right here. It's the IPS-ZERO-G monitor. I'd say so far from the little bit I've done, and I will post an updated review in the future, is it does the pros. We'll start with the pros. The case is all made out of metal. It's incredibly thin, and it's fairly lightweight, so it'll be easy to mount. It supports both the small and the large VESA standard mounting system, so putting it on your existing mounts or mounting it to the wall should be an absolute breeze, which is cool. And just in case you guys are wondering what I'm looking at here, it's actually me recording me, so that I can get these videos a little bit better. Hopefully everything's in focus when I do editing. But overall, it's a cool screen. The cons, of course, are it only comes with a 3-foot cable. Who the hell puts their computer within 3 feet of their monitors anymore? I mean, especially when you have massive multiple monitors. So I had to use a cord extension. Not a big deal. I had one on hand, luckily, or this review video wouldn't be coming out today. And the pros, it's an IPS panel. You can look at it from any angle and the colors don't shift. That's completely badass. That's what I needed for this application. Now for the cons list. The cons list is it does have some light bleed. It does from the bottoms and the edges of the screen. When you're on a full black screen and the lights are turned out, you can see a blue hue. It's not super annoying. I think it's something you would just get used to and you wouldn't even notice. And the only other con I have is a single dead red pixel right there. Just one. I'll have to look closer to see if there's any others, but it looks like there's just one dead pixel on the screen, which, again, I can't really say that's a con because I'm pretty sure the reason these panels are so cheap is because they grade the panels, I'm sure, and they probably never graded it to go into some Apple Cinema display that's $2,000. So instead it got bumped down, and Kim Jong-il decided to just throw it in this thing and sell it to me on Monoprice. So, but at any rate, it's a cheap monitor. It's tons of resolution. The color actually looks pretty good. I am going to do some color calibration. I've already started. You can see they're actually a lot closer than when I first started the video. But I'm going to do a little more color calibration to get them right on, but I'm going to wait until I actually have it mounted to do that so that I can see them all at the same time. But once I get the color calibrated on all of them and everything, I know this is just going to be badass. So guys, thanks again for watching these videos. I have a blast making them for you guys, and I love making improvements to the man cave, and I will be doing another man cave tour soon. I just need time to move stuff around and reorganize because the place is destroyed. What you see on camera right here is what I cleaned up. It literally looks like bombs went off behind the camera. But once I get that all figured out, I'll go ahead and get some more videos, reviews of the man cave up for you guys. Go check out my other videos. I've been posting a video almost every day. So I've got tons of videos, technology, gaming, and everything. And I've been just having a blast of a time. I can't believe we're almost 20,000 subs. I mean, geez, who knows? By the time you're watching this video, it might be more than that. But guys, I really appreciate you watching my videos. I love making them. So I'm going to end it on that. Have a great day or night or whatever, wherever you are. Until next time. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, favorite, and subscribe. It helps me a bunch. Also, come follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I love interacting with you guys. The color on the screen looks good. The viewing angle's actually pretty good. Let's try to flip it on its side. They claim it can figure out its own orientation, but I'm guessing that's only if you have it configured, because right now you can see I flipped it on its side and it did not figure out the new orientation. But it said it is Mac compliant, so if I connected it up to the MacBook, that might work. Well, here, let's see if a YouTube video will play. See what it looks like.